Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys doing today? Well, this is Friday's vlog, but I am filming it on Saturday morning. It is, you guys are gonna die. It's 10:47 a.m. I went to bed last night at like 11:30, 11:45. And I slept so well last night. It was weird, like I woke up a couple times because I'd set an alarm to get up and vlog. I mean, I honestly didn't. I wanted to read last night. I wanted to watch a TV show. I'm going to get coffee right now. So I honestly didn't think that I would sleep straight through the evening. I'll explain more later, but so remember that. I'll explain more later part. That's not being incognito. It'll make more sense later. But anyway, oh my God, I'm so like, this is completely, my Sol de Janeiro Brazilian kiss is like, you can hear the plastic right there. It's like there's nothing left inside of there, hardly. I kept on waking up though, like, and having a dream. Boo Radley was like sleeping so close to me, and I kept on having dreams that I had vlogged. Or maybe I just had this dream once, or I just woke up and had this feeling once, I don't know. But I had this feeling that like I had vlogged and I didn't remember what I vlogged. Like it was just like long periods of like me filming video where I didn't talk at all. And it was so weird. And so like I woke up this morning and I was like, did I vlog last night? I don't think I vlogged last night. And I came into the kitchen and I had both of my batteries charging in there. And I was like, I didn't see my camera sitting around. I always bring my camera in, and even if I don't upload it, I was like, yeah, I didn't vlog last night. I couldn't even remember. I was out. So I slept like almost 12 hours. Well, 11 hours. I'm like wide awake. I don't know why. I think last night I didn't sleep a whole bunch, maybe the night before, so I obviously needed the sleep, you know? Oh my God, there's like 300 people on this line. I'm like, should I go to a different Starbucks? I would really like some coffee this morning, but this line is kind of nuts. I mean, there's literally like 30 cars ahead of me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's before you even make your order. I'm not gonna do that. We'll go somewhere else. It's not like I have a whole lot to do today anyway. This vlog is gonna be real short, you guys. It's gonna be like a half an hour just because there are some other things I wanna get done. And I'm sorry for that. I'm sure a lot of you are like, oh, we can catch up on the vlogs. I haven't done a super long vlog in a while. I need to. I always wonder why this Starbucks is so busy. It's kind of by a lot of stuff, so that might be why. I don't know. I had a good day yesterday. I'm like still kind of, I took the dogs outside and I'm trying to think of like what I did yesterday. Filmed some videos. What did I do yesterday? I don't even really know. One of Alex's really good friends, her boyfriend recently moved here. I've talked about this before on here. Recently moved here because Alex has gone over there for dinner and stuff. And we've gone out to dinner with them. They're having like a small little like housewarming thing tonight. It's really like just like this little thing in their backyard get together that they're doing. So that's tonight. I had to go and get a shirt to wear to this because it's supposed to be kind of a little dressy. And so I like raced at the last minute to get to Macy's to get this shirt because I was like getting everything done early evening last night. And what did I do yesterday? Oh, I had my recovery commitment thing yesterday in the afternoon. I did that. That was from like 2 to 4. And then I went and did a review of McDonald's an ice cream sundae from McDonald's. And then I came home and I filmed 2 videos. And then Alex came home and he and I were just hanging out, kind of talking and stuff. About just some other kind of things. But anyway, and then he had something he had to do last night, so he left. And then I ran to Macy's to get a shirt for tonight. And I was like, I'm just gonna get a Ralph Lauren shirt, because that like Ralph Lauren like button down that I got, which when I got it was marked down from $79 to $59. I think that's what it was marked down to. That long sleeve blue button down. Well, last night I went and I got, it's like a blue and white, like light blue and white checked shirt. And it's that classic fit, that stretchy material. And it was marked down to $35. So I got it for like half off. Like, oh, they are having such incredible sales at Macy's right now. It's crazy. So I got that shirt for half off. I'm excited about that. Oh. But I have such bad blisters on my feet from that wedding, from the shoes that I wore, that I'm like, I'm gonna have to wear socks tonight. And you guys are like, well, why don't you wear socks anyway? I was talking to a friend about this yesterday, and I was saying that, this was at this recovery thing, and I was showing her my blisters that I have. I mean, they're literally, you guys, around the, like, the back of my foot. It looks like somebody just took a knife and went like that around the side of my foot. And she goes, well, maybe you should try breaking your shoes in. She was being kind of like, you know, joking a little bit, but she was like, maybe you should try breaking your shoes in before you wear them. I said, I've broken these shoes in. I said, I've worn these shoes a lot. These are shoes that I, like, got blisters in Vegas, like, 2 years ago. I've worn them a lot. I don't know what's happened, unless, you know, my foot is so swollen at this point that I'm just getting, you know, worse and worse blisters. It is such a beautiful day today. It's 57. It's kind of chilly outside, honestly, but it is beautiful. What are they doing to that house painting that? I love that. Why are they painting the house? It's so pretty anyway. Oh, man. Doesn't feel like a Saturday morning. It feels like a Sunday morning. Tomorrow morning, we have to go to Alex's aunt's house. She's doing like, well, we're all doing. They bought these t-shirts apparently from Old Navy. And we're doing like, since Alex's aunt or whatever is visiting and stuff, we're doing another photo shoot. But it's not with any kind of photographer this year. I know people are probably like, oh my God, how many photo shoots? Alex's mom, like, she, like, does something that she, like, likes, and then she just, like, falls in love with it, which is so cool, I think. But she's, like, really into this, like, doing all these, like, she loves pictures anyway, you know, and she is somebody that will, like, sit and, like, she'll put them on a disc, and then, like, at a party or something, she'll run in the background. So she loves it, you know? It's just sort of thing. But, like, so we're doing this photo shoot tomorrow, and then we're having a barbecue afterwards about that. So that'll be fun, but it's early tomorrow. It's at, like, 10 in the morning, which, I mean, that's early for us on a Sunday. But then we're doing, like, the barbecue thing. I need to do my video announcing our October book that Mel picked out. I don't know it off the top of my head, or I would mention it. It's, oh shoot, what is going on here? It's about the Gambino family, I think. It's something, Sinatra is in the title. It looks really good though. I'm really excited about it. So that's tomorrow. That'll be fun. We're doing like this barbecue thing, and I'm excited about that. And we've been like busy lately, it feels like. I feel like we've had a lot of things that we've been doing. Oh. There's like a lot of people out on the road, but I don't see like a lot of people like out at their house, like working in the yard or just sitting outside or anything like that. soccer game. My nephew plays football, and his games are like at like 8 and 9 o'clock in the morning on Saturdays. I'd love to go, but I don't know that I can make a commitment to be somewhere at 8 o'clock in the morning ever. Do you think that they do like sports stuff for kids so early so that then like parents have the rest of the day to do whatever they want to do? Is that why sports are so early? It seems crazy to me that like, I mean, sports have always been like early on weekends. Like even when I was growing up as a kid, sports were early. So there has to be something to that. My dad makes jokes about when I played hockey as a kid. I was so young, but like our hockey matches were at like 6 a.m. Like that's crazy. My dad was like, you would be like half asleep and you'd be like putting all this stuff on, and he was like, and you didn't want to go and you didn't want to play, and you know, it was like pitch dark, and he was like, we'd get there and it was just a bunch of half asleep kids on the ice. It does seem kind of crazy to me. I don't really have like a lot of memories about doing that, like vague memories about playing hockey. My mom used to tell this story about how like I never enjoyed going, and then we had this banquet like dinner at the end of it. I played on this team. Oh my god, this is even worse. I'm just gonna have to deal with it. But the battery is at halfway full. How is that possible when I haven't even used this battery? Oh, maybe this is the battery that I was using to film other stuff on yesterday. I brought 2 more batteries, so it's not gonna matter because I'm not gonna be filming for super long, like I said. But my mom used to tell this story about, oh, I wanted to get some socks. Maybe I'll run into Target and get some socks for today. I wanted maybe a fun pair of socks that would match my shirt. I have some happy socks and stuff, but none of them really match the shirt that I'm wearing. My mom said that when we were on the way home from this banquet, that I like started crying, and she was like, what's wrong? And I was like, I'll never see my North Stars again. I don't remember that at all. But I do think it's kind of sweet if it's true. I don't really remember ever kind of like connecting with any kind of like team like that when I was in high school. You know, I grew up playing competitive tennis, so it was like never like I mean, I had a team when I was in high school that I played on, but I hated that. And I only played for 1 year. And I actually was like recruited when I was a freshman to play for the team. And they did not make it easy for me. So like I didn't feel like any kind of like teamhood with that, you know, or whatever. I should have just stayed at the other Starbucks. That would have been easier than this one. People talk about this place called the North End Barbecue and Moonshine a lot. Traditional American technique. But I don't know why I would go to a barbecue place since I don't eat meat, so we haven't been there. But anyway, I played soccer like 1 or 2 seasons. I never played baseball, I don't think. Never played football, I know that. Never played basketball. Never swam. So I don't have like I never had like a good understanding of like that like team, like where you would this person is getting out of the lane and they've made it all this way up there. That doesn't make any sense to me. I would have stayed. But like I never understood like the whole, oh, they're leaving too. Okay, well, wow, thank you. Team thing, like I never, you know, like I never had that kind of experience. Now, when I worked in treatment, like we were a clinical team, and that felt like an athletic team at times. I mean, like we were so close, and we were always like, you know, would do anything for each other, and And I loved that experience of working on a team. I can't believe that the leaves are changing already. Like, these leaves are like changing to yellow right in front of me. I can't believe it. I guess we are like halfway through September though. That does make sense. I mean, depending on what the weather's gonna be like this year, they're saying that it's gonna be cooler possibly. Oh, I have half my coffee from yesterday still left. Is it bad? No. What a waste of money. But yeah, I don't know. I think it's good for like kids to be on teams and things like that. And to play sports or do something. Not to play sports. I don't necessarily think that that's important, but I think that like to do something, you know, like I wish like I had been more involved in stuff when I was growing up. Like I wish I would have taken more art classes, like not just at the school, but like maybe possibly like community art classes or photography classes, or, you know, I had done something other than just, I mean, like in high school, I really didn't do anything. I was in orchestra because I played the violin, but I only did it because it was just like something that like kind of made my mom happy. I don't even really think it did in retrospect, honestly. I don't think it made her happy one bit. I think she could care less. And if she was here, she'd be like, oh, that's not true, but I really think that that is the truth, you know? And it was a really easy grade. I don't know, it was kind of like my connection to some kind of like the past too, that I stayed in orchestra. I never practiced, I never took my violin home, never once. I always sat in the very back, even till the very end. You know, people I'd started with were like first through fourth chair, and I was like last, second violin. You know what I mean? Like, I just didn't practice ever and didn't care. And I look back at that and I'm like, I don't really care. I think that I wish I would have cared so much about that. I don't know, maybe I wish I would have done more, like, gotten involved in, like, I don't know, just something. I wish I would have been more involved with people my age in something, you know? I kind of wonder if I was out at the time, like if I would have gone to like Indianapolis has a youth group for like, you know, LGBTQIA plus youth. I wonder if I would have been involved in that if I had been out. Like that's something I think would have been like, it would have made big changes for me in my life.
Good morning. What can we get started for you today?
Could I please get a venti iced blonde Americano with 1 sugar?
Did you want 1 packet of sugar?
Yeah, sure, whatever.
Okay, will that be all for you?
Yeah.
$3.76.
I've never been asked that question, so I don't know what the answer is to that question. You know, but like I wonder if, because they were around when I was in high school. I wasn't aware of them until after high school, until I started going out. And then there would be like fundraisers for like their prom and stuff like that. But I wonder if it would have made a difference if I would have felt connected. I wonder if in general I would have, if I had been out. This line actually moved really fast, didn't it? I wonder if in general, if I had been out when I was in high school, if it would have made a difference. I think it would have. I really do. I mean, other than just living my most authentic self, I think. But here's the thing. I've actually thought about this a lot. 1990, when I was graduating from high school, was a different world. I don't remember any kids being out, like saying, I'm out, I'm gay, and I don't remember that at all. I don't remember anybody saying, you know, like, back in the day, I know there were a lot of us that would say that we were bisexual first. And there was even kind of this joke that people would say that was like, bi now, gay later, because it was almost kind of like, I think that people that identify as bisexual today get a lot of like negativity over lack of understanding that. Okay, it's gonna stop. Hold on. The battery was flashing, so I thought it was just easier to change the battery now than go back and change it later. But you know, like I think a lot of people today that identify as bisexual, you know, people will say, I don't understand that, or what does that mean, or, you know, on and on and on. Did I just put the same battery? I hope I didn't. Oh, here's Is this the warm battery? Yeah. But back then, I think it was probably even more misunderstood. But I think it was like this edgier kind of leadway into I'm gay or I'm a lesbian or whatever. I don't know. That's just how I saw it back then. So like, I said I was bisexual before I said I was gay to my friends. There was a time that I even identified. Well, back then, I don't think that we looked at identification the way that we do today. I mean, we take it very, very seriously today. Back then, it was like, it was just kind of stuff that we said, you know? I do remember also saying that I was asexual, meaning that I just didn't have sex with anybody. Hey, how are you?
I'm good, how are you? Sorry.
Thank you.
We'll have the Americano up in just a second.
Okay, thank you. How's your day going?
Pretty good. It's been very busy.
You guys are very busy this morning.
Oh. I don't think this is quite normal, but I haven't...
It is or it isn't?
I'm not sure.
It's really beautiful outside this morning, so maybe that's what it is. People are driving and doing stuff.
More people are out. I guess we've had some like water issues recently, so maybe that's what I'm remembering.
Yeah.
We had to close early last Saturday because over there a water main burst, so they turned our water off.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, we can't. This is not yours. We can't have a store open.
Right.
Can't really make beverages.
Exactly. Well, have a great day.
You too.
Thank you so much. She was so incredibly cheerful, wasn't she? I adore that. But there was a time in high school that I told my friends that I was asexual. And they were like, what do you mean by that? And it's so funny now that, well, it's not funny, haha, but to me it's interesting in looking back at how we identify this term today. Because what I said to them was, I don't feel sexual towards anybody, that I just have attractions towards people, but it's not sexual. I had never heard that term before. Nobody had ever said anything to me. In all honesty, it was probably more that I was afraid of anything sexual because I didn't know it. I was somewhat of an innocent kid. And so I used to say that, you know? But I also think that, like, I wish I'd had at least one mentor to talk to that I felt that I could trust. I mean, my dad tried to with, like, this counselor that I had, this woman. And then the last time I saw her, she was like, the next time you come in here, we're going to talk about your sexuality. And I was like, this is the last time I'm ever coming in here. I wasn't going to talk about it. I didn't feel comfortable talking about it, you know? But I wish I had trusted somebody. I wish I had somebody that I could have just, like, said, like, this is how I'm feeling, this is who I think I am. I mean, I had no identification for it. And, you know, I'm sitting here and I'm thinking about it now, and it's like, it's so strange to me because really what happened was, like, this is so crazy to me that this, I mean, it never, like, really occurred to me, like, my whole coming out process. It's not like it just happened. It's not like I had all these thoughts and these feelings and I thought, okay, like, I need to come out and this is how I need to do it. Like, I really have never processed this in my head before. This is crazy. So my best friend from elementary, junior high, high school, you know, college, undergrad, all that, she was working at the mall. And, she was working at Lane Bryant, and there was this guy that worked down at the Gap that she became friends with. And so I remember the first night that we ever, like, went and hung out, and it was at Denny's. Or did she meet them in high school? No. She met them, yeah, I think that's where she met him. Or I think maybe they met him at, like, yeah, I think that's where she met him. Because she also started dating this guy and that he was friends with, and she met him, like, they were at, like, just at a gas station one night, she and my other girlfriends, and they were talking to these guys. But anyway, so, like, they worked at the mall, and so she and I And he and his boyfriend at the time went out to like Denny's. And this is probably late spring of my senior year. And I can remember meeting him, and I can remember writing in my journal drunk, like I was at home drinking, and I can remember meeting him. And it wasn't like a crush or anything like that. I never had a crush on him. He just was a good friend of mine. But I can remember writing that, like, I met my first out, like, gay person, and his boyfriend was HIV positive, and I remember that I wrote that in there as well. And, like, what a big deal that was for me. And then when I graduated from high school, he started letting me, like, he was the one that got me into gay bars. And so I started meeting, was that before high school? I think it was, maybe. But I started meeting other gay guys. And it was all because of my friend, her introducing me to him. Like, that was it. Like, I mean, I don't know what that coming out process would have looked like for me otherwise. Do I think I would have come out that year? Yeah. I don't really remember a lot of what I thought or what I felt at the time as far as, like, being gay. Like, I knew it. I knew it to be true. I didn't feel like a rush to come out. I know I felt very scared to come out, because I didn't know what that meant. You know, it's like with any major change that you make in your life. I can remember, like, getting sober. Long before I ever got sober, I knew I needed to get sober. I don't know that I was willing to admit that to a whole lot of other people that would say I needed to get sober. I'd say, like, they'd say, you have a problem with drinking and drugs. I'd say, no, you have a problem with my drinking and drugs. I don't have a problem with it. But I can remember thinking to myself, I don't know what my life is going to look like without it. Like, I don't know. I was so terrified of it. I was like, I don't know, you know, what my life is going to look like without drinking and drugs in my life. And I think that that's kind of what my fear was with coming out. It was like, I have no clear vision of what that's going to look like. And as a person that, you know, has lived from a point of fear much of my life, you know, we talk about in addiction, you know, like 100 forms of fear. I'm somebody that's lived from a point of fear for much of my life. I try not to today. But, like, if I can't clearly see what that picture on the other side is going to look like, then I don't want to go there. Because I can't conceptualize I'm not a big risk taker. I think people know that. You know, so those situations in my life, you know, are very, very scary. Just like, even just like with, like, moving apartment to house or wherever, you know, like, I don't even like that kind of like change scares me, or it scared me in the past. Today, I would say I embrace it more than I used to because, first of all, what are you going to do, right? Second of all, it's like, I just realized I've been meaning to go to the post office for like the last 4 or 5 days, and I haven't gone because every time I go, it's like busy. But the other thing is, like, I've learned that a lot of times when I allow change to happen and I don't resist, well, it's going to happen either way, whether you resist it or don't resist it, right? But when I've just allowed it, like, I've really enjoyed some of the processes that come along with change. So, there's a black Porsche Cayenne right next to me. I've always wanted one. But now I'm like sitting here looking at it and I'm like, it's just a car. I have kind of always wanted one though. I started reading, I did a haul the other day at half price for my BookTube channel. And I bought the first 2 Lemony Snicket books. I remember watching them on Netflix or whenever they put that movie or whatever out. I've never read the books before. And I started reading the first one. It's pretty good. Like, I'm not real into that whole world building, different kind of stuff, you know, but like, I mean, I'm not that far into it, probably 20 pages or something, but I like it. It's pretty good. Oh man, my audiobook. Somebody commented in the comment section and said that it's a series, and she has another book coming out maybe in May, I think, or January. It is really, really good. You guys, I would highly, highly recommend this book, and this, if it's going to be a series, definitely then. It's called A Bad Day for Sunshine. It's so good. I'm really, really enjoying it. It's kind of because, like, it's small. I mean, I love small town anything, but it's kind of like small town mentality when it comes to her, like she moves to this small town called Del Sol, and she becomes sheriff, and it's really about like, just like, well, it's this case that she's like, anyway, I don't want to get too much into it because she was involved in a case when she was younger, and it's a very similar kind of case that is like her first case that she has to solve. And then her daughter is like a great character in the book, and she's got this like staff of like deputies and stuff that are like hilarious, but then very endearing. And then there's like mystery in this town, and it just very much makes for like you like really wanting to fall in love with all of these people, not just, you know, the idea of the series, which I love. I will say that I have just recently started thinking about, I started watching the first episode the other night, going back and watching Murder, She Wrote, because I've been wanting to like binge watch a series, although I am going to watch Lovecraft Country. Okay, Lovecraft Country. Every person in my life is watching it right now, and every person is telling me that they love it. So I was talking to a friend of mine yesterday at my recovery thing, and she was like, oh my God, it's so good. And I was like, Alex loves it. And she's like, I was like, do you like Jordan Peele, the director? She's like, oh my God. And she was going on about, what's his name, Abrams, that does like she said it's just, she's like, historically it's an important story. And she said, it's done really, really well. And she said, you know, she said, Peter, you would love it. So I'm going to start watching that. But I was thinking about going back and watching Murder, She Wrote. When I was growing up, my mom and I watched it. I wouldn't say religiously, like we didn't watch it every week. If we did, I don't think we did. I mean, there were other shows we watched, but we watched it quite a bit. I mean, it was like one of those shows when I was growing up that my mom and I loved to watch together. And it just is so homey, and I love the whole, like, Jessica Fletcher town, kind of, I can't think of what the town is that she grew up, or she lived in now, but, so I'm thinking about going back and starting to watch those. Like, not straight through, but just kind of casually, you know, whenever I want to turn something on. Now I've got the theme song to Murder, She Wrote stuck in my head. Well, listen, I think I'm going to go and I'm going to listen to my audiobook for just a little bit, and then I'm going to go home and film some videos and stuff before I have to start getting ready to go to this housewarming thing, because it's rather early tonight that we go to this. So I'm going to get off here now. I know this is a super short vlog, and I will make my vlog, I will hopefully make my vlog tonight a little bit longer for you guys. Thank you for understanding. I really appreciate it. I hope you guys are having an amazing Saturday, unless you have other plans, but like I always say, don't have other plans. Make the most of your day. Do something fun today. Do something exciting. Do something that will make yourself proud when you look back on it. I was trying to sign off here and say goodbye, and I started getting into this long story, so we're just going to forget that. And I'm just going to say that if nobody else has told you this today, I love you. Make sure that you look in the mirror and say to yourself every single day, I love you, and at least one positive affirmation, like you are valuable. And I hope you guys are having an amazing Saturday, and you're doing something that makes you happy today. Do something that is fun, or just relax at home. And I will be back tomorrow, and I'll try to make it a longer vlog. I love you guys, and I'll see you then. Bye. Love ya!